Everyone, so I've just completed week 11 of my Royal Parks half marathon training. I've just got 4 weeks left to go now. It's getting a little bit real, a little bit scary. If I'm honest, I'm not feeling very ready for it now. Had hoped I'd feel a little bit fitter and a little bit, I don't know, more prepared for what lays ahead. But as I get to the end of this week, I have yet another niggling problem with my leg, which is causing me a bit of grief, which meant I couldn't do my long run this week, which is a little bit disappointing. And if I'm honest, I was feeling a bit fed up today, especially as it's been the Great North Run. Watching everybody finishing that, it was just fueling my frustration that I couldn't get out there and run. But I'm trying to be good. I'm listening to my body. It's too close now till the race for me to risk being injured, so I'm not gonna decided I wasn't going to do it. So I've just completed my strength exercises for the evening. I really didn't even feel like doing that. I just got to the point where I was so fed up and I thought, you know what, it's going to make you feel better. And it may even help. Because one thing I have noticed in the last few weeks, well, probably over the summer holiday period, was I wasn't doing any strength training whatsoever, which, unlike all previous half marathons, is completely unheard of for me, because actually I used to prioritise that over my running. But this time I've been prioritising my running, which has meant that I struggled to get the strength training in around everything that was going on. So managed to get it in twice this week, which is a bonus, obviously, because I haven't done as many runs or as many miles as I'd like. So trying to help in some way towards my training by getting it done. So yeah, anyway, that's a bit of a recap of how I'm feeling today. Feeling a little bit better now that I've completed that. I must say it has totally changed my mindset. I know this pain in my leg is going to go away. It's just a real tight pain. It feels like an elastic band's about to ping on the inside of my left leg, kind of like between my calf and my shin, the muscle down there. I've had tape on it all day today, which has helped because it's relaxed the muscle a little bit, but I wasn't going to push my luck. I wasn't going to go out for a run. So I've decided I'm going to go out for a run tomorrow instead and just see how far I go. I've got an hour to play with before I go to work, so I'll see what I can do in that hour. If I'm only out for 3 miles, I'm only out for 3 miles, but we'll see. So yeah, this week has been interesting. I started my new job. I'd planned to buckle down with my nutrition, but I've been working in the school kitchen, and like at the end of their service, they all sit down and have lunch, and obviously there's always lots of leftovers. So I've been trying the food, which one bonus is I was quite pleased to see that it's all cooked from scratch. It's all fresh, so it wasn't too off plan, but obviously I wasn't able to track it very easily on my calorie count on MyFitnessPal. So next week I plan to go a bit better prepared. I've downloaded an app that I used to use called Carbs and Cows, where you can visually look at how much is on the plate and work out the calorie content for it. Obviously it's not completely accurate, but it's a lot easier than having to weigh everything. So yeah, that's my plan for next week, so going prepared with that. Also on the nutrition front, I had hoped I was going to try out some, it's called Trailwind, like a running endurance fuel. It contains like 50 grams of carbohydrates in one sachet, which probably won't need a whole sachet really, if I'm honest, for a half marathon. And I get the impression from people that have used it, it's a little bit strong if you put the whole lot in. So plan to give that a try. Had hoped I was going to get to do that today, but obviously I didn't go out for my run, so I couldn't. But yeah, I'm hoping that's going to work because it's a drink rather than a gel, and it's meant to be a bit easier on the tummy. Also will mean I don't need to carry anything, I don't need to eat anything while I'm running, and I'm hoping it will give me the energy I need, because I know I'm severely slacking in the energy on my long runs. I am really struggling. I've written a long blog post about carbohydrates for any of you runners that are new to it. It's not really designed for athletes, it's more aimed at people that are running like 3 to 5 hours a week, and like obviously about to take on their first 10k or half marathon. If this is you, go and check it out. It's over on my blog. I'll post the link down below. My total amount of carbs for the day is obviously worked out on my weight, which is about 5 grams per kilogram of body weight. Mine's slightly less than that because I want to lose fat, and if I was to have 5 grams per kilogram, it would be like 70% of my food, my calories for the day, which obviously is not practical. That's not going to happen. So I am likely to feel a bit tired and lethargic. That comes with wanting to lose a bit of weight. So obviously the week leading up to the race, I probably won't even bother trying to lose any weight. It's the last week, there's not a lot I can do, so I will try and keep my carb intake up. Pre-race, the ideal amount of carbohydrates to consume is 2.5 grams per kilogram of body weight, and I worked out that for me, and that's quite a lot. Honestly, don't think I could eat that in the morning before a race or a training run. So I'm going to be realistic with that. I probably will stick with what I know works for me, which is a bowl of porridge or some wholemeal toast, which is perfect. And then perhaps I'll try and add in having one of these tailwinds that I've got. If it works, I'll give it a try. And then I'll take one out with me as well. So yeah, then during... if you like running for an hour, then you probably don't really need any extra carbohydrates to take on board. You should have enough in your stores. But anything above an hour, they recommend 70 grams per hour, which you should start like after the first 30 minutes so it has time to absorb. Now, because I'm going to be trying this tailwind and it's quite, I should imagine, quite an instant thing, I'll just sip that throughout the race, I think, probably, because I won't be carrying any water. So I'll use that as my hydration as well as my fuel. But yeah, ideally 70 grams per hour, which if you're just like an average runner like me, you could probably just get away with a couple of gels. I think it's more aimed at like athletes really that are going to need that amount, because they're obviously working a lot harder and using a lot more energy. So after a race, it's recommended that you should consume 1 gram per kilogram of your body weight to refuel and fuel your stores back up. And obviously rehydrate, that's very important as well, because you're going to be very dehydrated at this point. On Tuesday, I ran with the Loves Farm runners and the local running group. We did 5 kilometres. It was really good running with other people. I actually think it distracted me from the fact that I've been having so much trouble with my calves, because I couldn't really feel the pain apart from obviously when we were going uphill. Timing was pretty good as well. I think I may have started my watch a little bit prematurely, so I think actually it was just under 30 minutes. Then on Thursday, I went for a 4.5 mile run, belly full of cake after Neve's birthday the day before. I decided to run the farmer's tracks behind my house. The paths were a little bit uneven, so I could have done with wearing my trail shoes. You can really tell that from how slow the first half of my race was if you look at the splits. The entertainment was probably the best thing about this run. I decided to download My Dad Wrote a Porno, the most hilarious podcast I've ever listened to. I was really looking forward to listening to it again on Sunday, but alas, I didn't get to run. I just decided to do a little bit of exploring down the farm tracks around my house. I ended up coming out somewhere exactly where I knew, even though I had no idea. That was quite fun, except I didn't wear my trail shoes and the tractor's been out. It's a little bit bumpy. But yeah, pleased I did that. Much more fun. So I ran a 4.5 mile run today. The thing that got me round today was I started listening to My Dad Wrote a Porno. Has any of you ever listened to it? Oh my god, it's hilarious. I decided that music wasn't really doing it for me on my runs and I needed something else to distract. Well, how funny. I can't believe I haven't listened to it sooner. It's so ridiculous that it makes it very funny. So I'm looking forward to going on my next run and listening to episode 2. Then on Saturday, I managed to drag Ellie out of bed to come with me to do the park run. She wasn't overly keen on the idea. This is where I discovered that Strava is really not working for me. So I've managed to sync my Garmin watch so that I can take that out on future runs. Because as you can see from this map, it's very wiggly. It looks like we were dancing, and it added on 0.1 of a mile. I was not a happy bunny. So that's it for this week. I managed to do 10.8 miles, which isn't really a massive amount, and it's a little disappointing, especially as I've been doing so well at getting the runs increased. So training for next week, I'm going to do a run, as I said, tomorrow. See how far I can go. On Tuesday, I'm running with the running group again, and we're doing a 6k fartlek training run, which I'm quite looking forward to because I think I could probably do with it, all being well with my leg, obviously. Then Thursday, a 4.5 mile steady run. Friday, I'll do some strength training. Saturday, park run, and then Sunday, I'm hoping to do 10 miles, and that will probably be the last long run that I do. I should be decreasing by then because I'm now in the hone and taper phase. So it's nearly race day, 4 weeks to go. I'm a little bit nervous now. So yeah, focus for this week is going to be nailing the nutrition and making my leg fit for my race in 4 weeks' time. So until next week, see you then. Bye.